Right, 17 October 2024. And today I'm so excited to be giving you the update on all the trending news in Zimbabwe and in Africa. So today is a very big news day. Thursdays are some of the biggest business stories. And I want to take you through these stories in a comprehensive manner so that we can understand what's going on. There is a lot that is happening politically in Zimbabwe, and the next week is going to be critical. This is because General Chiwenga is next in line. And this coming ZANU-PF Annual People's Conference is a critical conference, and Mnangagwa knows it. So what Mnangagwa is doing is he is making the preparatory steps to totally decimate Chiwenga's plans for a succession. If Chiwenga does not move, Mnangagwa is going to move, and Mnangagwa is moving emphatically. So as we speak, Mnangagwa has personally moved to Bulawayo to prepare his own security. He knows that that's the backyard of Chiwenga's wife, Colonel Minotabo, and Mnangagwa is not leaving anything to chance. He wants to make sure that his plans succeed. And Mnangagwa's plan is to take out General Chiwenga from the equation and make sure that there is a passing of the constitutional amendment to extend his rule to 2030. And this is what Mnangagwa wants to do. So what Mnangagwa has done, he has removed Chiwenga's people from the list. So firstly, he made sure that only a certain level is going to attend the Congress. And then now he's starting to remove the delegates that are seen as being loyal to Chiwenga. So the first person that has been removed is Jabulani Nkomo. And you can check out this story in the Newsday newspaper. Jabulani Nkomo is complaining that he has been removed from the lists. And it is speculated that this is because he is loyal to people like Chiwenga, or he's opposed to the ED 2030 plans. So this has happened. And this is part of Mnangagwa's maneuvers. Mnangagwa thinks 3 steps behind, he thinks 3 steps ahead of where he's going. So by the time you see where he's going, Mnangagwa has already made the necessary steps to go where he's going. So I don't know if General Chiwenga is aware of what is going on here, but already Mnangagwa is on the ground. He's making sure that by the time that Congress takes place, Chiwenga's plans are in disarray and his people are nowhere to be found. So this is what has happened, and let's watch that Congress very, very closely. As I said, by next week, this Congress is ending on Friday, next week. We are going to have a massive development. That is by the 25th of October. There's going to be a massive development within ZANU-PF. General Chiwenga, if he does not move, is going to be moved on. All his people are being taken out. And this also includes what happened yesterday, where all the youths or the children of war veterans who support Chiwenga were all put under one banner, one leader, and they don't have any more voice at all. So that is our headline for today. Now let's go to news. I want to go to news stories, and I want to start by giving you what is going to happen today on Gambakwe. We're going to have Tinashe Jonas here tonight, giving us a revelation on more of what is happening within the CIO. And we've brought this forward one day so that the ZANU-PF guys can come here tomorrow. They say they wanted to come, but they're not ready. So Tinashe Jonas is going to come first today to give us an update on why Terence Mukupe was arrested. He's going to name names. He's going to name places. He's going to reveal what Mnangagwa did and why Terence Mukupe ended up in jail. And this is going to be very, very interesting. So 10 minutes past 9 tonight, you're going to have Tinashe Jonas here revealing all the things that were happening within the CIO. And he says that he is a proud former CIO and he sees himself as someone who saved his nation. So very, very interesting. Tinashe Jonas joining us tonight on Gambakwe Media. And then obviously we had Collins Mnangagwa. Collins Mnangagwa yesterday was with his mother, and Owen Mudha, they went to Shurugwi, where Collins Mnangagwa helped to feed children at Musavezi Primary School. And this is part of the campaign. Collins Mnangagwa, according to Tinashe Jonas, is the most political of the family of Mnangagwa, and he is the one in control of all the media. And apparently, he is here every day. So Collins Mnangagwa wakes up to watch Gambakwe daily. It's crazy. Mkoma, in fact, these are my youngsters, Anna Collins, Bafana Bangu, Ndrimukuru wenyu. So they are here every day. They will never take over in Zimbabwe. Anna Collins, Anna Sean, these guys won't take over in Zimbabwe. They are just too young at the moment. And eventually there will be a new leader in Zimbabwe. The dynasty is going to fail. And it's well known that it will never happen. A lot of people are opposed to the dynastic ambitions of Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa Argu Raivanu Nenzara. Now let's go to Wikno Chivayo. Wikno Chivayo has been granted a license, an ISP license by Potras. So this is a first step towards becoming a Starlink reseller. You know that Wikno Chivayo was originally denied that ISP license. It has now been granted, and you are going to see him as the third approved Starlink reseller in Zimbabwe. So what is happening with Starlink in Zimbabwe is that there is no capacity in Harare. The demand is just too high. And at the moment, a Starlink kit is costing up to $900. Because officially it is not available on the Starlink website. So people are reselling on the aftermarket, and this is costing $900 up to $900 just for a normal kit. And apparently, so many people have ordered these kits, and there's a massive waiting list of people who are waiting to go on Starlink. And that is just in Harare. I don't know about other areas. We're going to try to do an application tomorrow for other areas. Then another story that I want to take you through is what is happening in Botswana. What an embarrassment that is taking place in Botswana. So Masisi, the current president of Botswana, is making so many errors with Air Botswana. And the latest error has resulted in 10 new aircraft being grounded with no pilots, no one to fly them, no one has the skills at Air Botswana. So 10 of these E-145s are grounded with no crew. And then the other aircraft that they imported, I think that's the EJs, those are the Embraers. They have had to be taken to Namibia, where they're being flown by a Namibian crew. They have been, the two of them have currently been are sitting in Namibia, where they're being flown by a Namibian crew under Airlink. So when they come into Botswana, it's as if they're being imported, and they have to pay duties because there's no crew and there are no engineers in Botswana who are capable of flying these aircraft. So Masisi, this has been a poor adventure, the import of these Embraers, and also the inability by Botswana to train pilots and crew. So shocking stuff. I talked about this last month, exactly a month from today. And this is a mess. Botswana is failing to service the Namibia route. They're failing to service the Dubai route, sorry, the Durban route. And this is crazy. It's unbelievable that they'll buy all these jets and they will not fly them. The skills level in Botswana are very, very low, and they've got a massive skills shortage. They also don't allow people from outside Botswana to take up some of these positions, and they end up with the current situation that they have. The tourism sector in Botswana is also not doing well. When I went to Botswana, I left my hotel very early. I was the only person at the airport in Botswana. Between 6 a.m. and 10, I was literally the only person sitting in the airport hall who was a passenger. That is crazy stuff. So a lot needs to be done in Botswana, and Masisi is not doing very, very well. To make matters worse, he has started to align himself with Mnangagwa. As you can see, people like Delisha are over there right now at Botswana, trying to set up a new waste management system. These are the kind of things that I'm talking about. And corruption is rampant in our region. Mnangagwa is a menace, is like a bad apple, and is infecting every country. That is South Africa, Botswana, Mozambique. They're all being infected by Mnangagwa's poor policies and corrupt tendencies. Then we go to Mozambique. Sekuru Venanzio Mondlane, the most popular person in Mozambique. This man is amazing. And he has called for national strike. So yesterday, there were protests in Nambula. They already started. Many people were injured after this protest. And Sekuru Vena has issued a statement last night. So this is going to be ongoing until a resolution is reached. There is massive rigging under Frelimo. Frelimo is always rigging elections. But this time what they've done is not just rigging. They've just torn up the results and they've created their own results. The results that are being announced right now are not real. They are fake. And Frelimo is not the winner of that election. And I support what Venanzio Mondlane is doing here, which is to call for the respect of the votes of the people. Youngsters have voted overwhelmingly for Venanzio Mondlane. They want him to be a president of Mozambique and provide security. The biggest issue right now in Mozambique is poor security. Frelimo has failed to manage security in Mozambique. Mozambique is being attacked from every corner. And if it was not for the guys from Rwanda, that country was going to be taken over and run over by foreigners. But Venanzio Mondlane has got a clear plan for managing security in Mozambique. And he's an amazing progressive leader, former banker, and a great communicator, always present. Every night, Venanzio Mondlane is live. And 4 hours ago, he was actually live talking about what is happening. This is the kind of leader that you need in Mozambique. And Mozambique is going to become an amazing country with a president like this. But let's see what happens. As I'm saying, there are massive forces against a change in Mozambique. There are people who are benefiting billions and billions. They're just walking into Mozambique and grabbing the billions and walking away. They will not allow change to take place in Mozambique. Let's see what happens this week. It's going to be an amazing week. The counting is not done, and no one knows what is happening. It's just a mess. It's a big mess over there in Mozambique. Then going to South Africa, AKA Keenan Forbes was killed in February 2023 in Durban, and his killers were hiding in Eswatini. They were supposed to be extradited to South Africa. I think that was yesterday. But these guys, Siabonga and Malus Ndimande, are brothers who are accused of killing him. They have made an application in court, and they say that they shouldn't be sent to South Africa because it's not safe for them. And they've asked that the SADC protocol be respected. They said that according to SADC protocol, they cannot be sent to a country where they can be harmed. And they said that the police in South Africa want to kill them. So they don't want to be extradited to South Africa. They've also asked for the South African Human Rights Commission to work with the police whenever they're taken to South Africa. So that is going to delay the extradition of the killers of AKA to South Africa. And these are the brothers here that you are looking at. As I said, this is Siabonga and Malice Ndimande of Eswatini, where they're hiding currently. And then still staying in South Africa, the former public protector of South Africa, Musavezi Primary, has resigned from the EFF. She says that the struggle that Malema is pursuing is in vain, and nothing is going to come out of it. And this is the second high-level person to leave the EFF. She is likely going to go to the MK party. She says that the MK party has approached it a number of times. However, she mentioned that she's facing massive financial problems due to the court case and also due to the fact that she was not given the money that was due to her when she quit or when she left, was impeached as the public protector of South Africa. So she says she's currently looking for a job in the AU and likely in the UN as a technocrat. So that is what she's currently doing. And she hopes that once that is done, she'll be able to pay a lawyer who is, I think it's ZANU-PF, who is the lawyer in her court cases. She is down and out in terms of financials. That is the problem. And I think that's one of the reasons why she left the EFF for the MK party. Now, let me go to some community announcements. There is 3 items I want to cover here. ZESA. This is amazing. ZESA is intaking, or they've opened their applications for apprenticeships. And that is NC, electrical, power engineering, and so forth. I'll put this on Gambakwe. I know that most of you won't see this newspaper, so go to gambakwe.com if you've got a brother or a sister who wants to be trained as an electrical engineer. When I was in Bulawayo, I finished my education at Mnangagwa High School. At that time, there were so many jobs. I was working at a company called Melbourne Knitwear, where I was a production manager, production planner, trainee, and that is a part of Archer there in Bulawayo. And at the same time, on weekends, I was working at a place called Terence in Bulawayo. There was a wholesaler there where I used to help them with computers because I was one of the first guys to know computers in Bulawayo. And I got a job. My first position that I got as an apprentice was at ZESA. That is on top of Air Force of Zimbabwe, where I also got called. I had a bunch of offers. Imagine our country, how beautiful it was in the past. I'm just telling you of the 4 offers that I had at that time. So I said here, ZESA, I had Chitrins, I had Melbourne Knitwear, and I had Air Force of Zimbabwe. And I chose to go to NAST. So you see how cool it was. Youngsters, you don't know our country, how beautiful it was. It was an amazing country where you could work. And after I left university. When I was at university, I was being paid a grant, which was more than a teacher's salary. After I finished that, I went and worked, I think for 1 year at OK Zimbabwe. Then I went and joined the new bank, Trust Bank, where within 6 months, I bought my first car with a company loan and my first flat as a young, I think I was 23 years old. Right now, they're 43 years old. We have never worked in our country. Guys, Mnangagwa, we need a new leader in Zimbabwe. These things that I'm telling you, I'm just telling you because most of the youngsters, I don't think they know what a beautiful country Zimbabwe is. The guys used to come to Zimbabwe from South Africa, and I was doing way better than them at that time. I think my salary at that time was like $5,000 a month when I was working in Zimbabwe. So our country can be revived and can do well, but not under Mnangagwa, not under these dynastic tendencies and shenanigans that they're doing there, Kwana Mnangagwa. Then under a USAID program is looking for beef suppliers. So I particularly put this here because I know most of you can do this. This is easy. Beef survival meal. So go check out this advert on Gambakwe. I'm going to put it up here. So that is beef suppliers in Zimbabwe by under a USAID program. So this I'll put on Gambakwe, call for vendors. And then if you're an artist, there is a competition by the University of Zimbabwe here. And it is a creative arts competition to avoid vandalism. So go check it out if you're into that kind of thing. If you're an artist, you'll be able to see this and pursue it. Then I want to look at our newspapers. I haven't had time to look at my regular newspaper here. So let's start with South Africa once again. I want to go South African newspapers. There's a massive story here. Zando is a retailer. So let's look at Zando. Right there is Zando. And this is an amazing retailer which sold e-commerce in Africa. So they sold shoes and clothes and all that kind of stuff. But due to competition, they're closing the South African unit, and they're closing their Moroccan unit. So this is a nice space to be. And I want to tell you guys something. Ever since I started talking about Move here, and the guys know what I'm talking about, we have sent out manually, I think right now we're over 50 packs. Just the demand online is very high, and we don't have a system. So if we had a system, I'm sure we're going to sell a lot more. But all I'm saying is there's a big opportunity in e-commerce, and so we're going to be launching something very, very soon. When I'm in the United States, we're going to test a few things, and it's going to be amazing. There's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of business, and myself and Nkomo MS are going to go into some other business very, very soon. I will let you know what we're going to be going into for the guys who are in South Africa. But there's so much opportunity. And what I want us to do is to open our eyes. You cannot wait for Mnangagwa to do anything for you. Mnangagwa is the worst person to wait for. He is not going to do anything. Mnangagwa will never do anything. He doesn't complete his projects. He doesn't start anything. He waits until the last moment, just before the last zig becomes zero. Then Mnangagwa is going to wake up and act, but he'll never do it before there's a massive crisis and he's forced to make changes. That is the kind of person that we're talking about. So we need to do it ourselves, and that is how it works. And then I want to look at H Metro newspaper. H Metro newspaper is leading with this young man here. He's in trouble. I don't know if he crossed ZANU-PF or what, but he used to be a darling of ZANU. But now he's always on the front page, being disrespected. And that is, let's see what is Holy 10. Holy 10 used to be a darling of ZANU, like every time there'll be nice stories about Holy 10. But now you see Kiki disrespecting him. You see stories about Chelsea being carried in these newspapers. So I believe that is probably crossed the ZANU. One of the most popular youngsters in Zimbabwean music, Holy 10. And here is baby mama Chelsea is saying it was all a deception, and that is to do with a photograph that was shared on an album cover by Holy 10. Holy 10 music is so popular. The funny thing is, when I'm here in South Africa, I'm just walking past certain places. There are two crazy things that happen. One, I hear myself talking in someone's car. That's one crazy thing. And then I hear Holy 10 music, or I hear Winky D music playing here in South Africa. Odd stuff that happens in our country. In fact, in South Africa here. So I think let's recap. It's a big news day. I haven't covered even half of what is happening. I haven't looked at the Chronicle newspaper. There is a lot that is happening in our country, and I can't cover all of it without being full time. Like the whole night, I'll have to be up if I was to cover everything that happens. So let's see what is in the Chronicle Zimbabwe, just in case there's something big and I miss it. Chronicle Zimbabwe isn't published until since the 15th. And then let's see what is in Business Day. Business Day of South Africa, my favorite newspaper. I like to read the business news of South Africa on a daily basis, just to catch up with business. So in the Business Day newspaper, they're leading with regulator bans VBS broker from operating. So that is the broker of VBS Bank. VBS Bank is the bank which was robbed, a vendor bank which was robbed by South Africans, in top South Africans here in South Africa. There's a lot of information here. I can't cover it. So we'll see what happens. You can check it out later. If there's anything, I'll put it and ask the newsreaders to read it. Then I want to obviously address Mnangagwa's presence in Bulawayo. Mnangagwa is going to be talking this morning. So check out that speech by Mnangagwa. I think it's at an exporters conference. But remember it in the context of Chiwenga. Chiwenga is supposed to now start taking charge. This is the time when Chiwenga is supposed to be given the reins to start running ZANU-PF, but they'll never allow him. Chiwenga will never be allowed anywhere near power without a fight. So if Chiwenga does not move, they're going to move on him. And as I said, they'll move him vertically, they'll destroy him, and they'll make sure that he doesn't come back. Chiwenga will be history. The name Chiwenga will be rubbed off from every book that you know. Like the way they removed him from the conference last week, they will remove Chiwenga like he is not existent. So Chiwenga needs to make a move, and that move must be fast. It's going to be amazing. We are going to watch a drama. And as I said, if it was a movie script, your director will say, take away your script. It's too nice. No one believes it. So Zimbabwe is a movie. And Chiwenga is supposed to be Rambo. He's supposed to be Rambo. And he's meeting his match in terms of Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa, he does things that you don't understand, which don't make sense. And that is crazy. Let's look at comments. Gambakwe, how is our sister Mukupe doing health-wise? I'll ask Senator Kalipani Pugeni. I'll talk to him very soon. And then Jen Tom we said Mkuru, Mr. Parabolic Zig. Zig. What did I say about Zig? Mnangagwa will never be able to create anything that makes sense. Everything that Mnangagwa creates collapses. Mr. Wick, Zig. Then Mkoma says, what is Starlink kit comprised of? Starlink kit is just a receiver of the Starlink signal and power kit. That's all. And then Muzo says, we've had enough of this nonsense. Pazano, correct? We need to form a party. We need to form a political party of our own, like what is happening in Mozambique. Look what has happened with the Venancio Mondlane. That's a good example of how to run a business. And then where is Bishop Nyamakanga, Gambakwe Media? Yes, Bishop Nyamakanga is back. Yesterday he was slamming Apostle Chiwenga. Go check that out. He's back. I was wanting to take him with me to America, but he hasn't responded. So I wrote Bishop Nyamakanga and I said, come with me to America when I go next month. But he didn't respond to me. I don't know why. It seems like he doesn't want to travel with me. But that would have been nice. Imagine, Toshika to Times Square. Hallelujah, Amazirudika. That would be amazing, Bishop Nyamakanga. But I think he's recovering from that bad stint in jail. That was shocking. Mnangagwa is arresting people and keeping them in jail. I don't know what he's thinking. That man, Mnangagwa. Right, I would like to thank all of you. Which part of US are you visiting? I'm going to be going to Washington, New York. I'm going to go to rural America. I'm going to go to the border. I'm going to go to Hollywood. Guys, if you want to help me with all my trips, because there are so many, FumoJena.com, that's our fundraising platform. Put some dollars in there, and then I'll go and show you much more places. I have got up to a year that I can be in the USA. So let me know if you want me to be over there for a year. But I guess it will be a mess trying to run Gambakwe from America. Imagine the times. When this time right now in America is 9 p.m. That means we automatically miss the 9 p.m. here. Because I can't do 9 p.m. at night and wake up and do. So it will be like reversed. The time will be reversed. But this is amazing. It's an amazing opportunity for Gambakwe, for us to be over there. We are going to do very, very well. Homecoming, this is what we're going to be working on. High-speed rail, that's what we're going to be working on. If what we're planning works, our country will be amazing. All the people that are in the diaspora are going to come back home, and Zimbabwe will be first world country within a short space of time. Mnangagwa's vision is very small, and I'm happy that everyone is following what we're doing. Yesterday, the video we did on Mbare is the most followed video ever that we've ever done. I think it had thousands and thousands of views. People are fed up with Mnangagwa's plans. They want something different. And it will all work. I'm so amazed with what's happening. But let's deal with what's happening right now. Mnangagwa and Chiwenga, they are clashing publicly. Whoever moves first is going to win. Whoever moves last is going to lose. And then when it comes to Muve, this week, by Friday, we're going to receive a special consignment with a jumbo pack of 4 packs. We're only going to have 4 of those. And each one of those is $200. We're only going to send that to the guys in the UK. So if you're in the UK, that is 300 grams. And that is a special mixture. It's not the same as the supplier that we got from South Africa. This is the Zimbabwe supplier. $200. You can WhatsApp me and reserve that order. We only have 4 packs of that thing. Right. And you can take that to the bank. Your 1 liter engine will become a 3 liter engine. And it will be 1 kickstart. You won't need to crank it before it starts. Right. I would like to thank all of you guys. I'm not laughing at you. This is just me smiling. I know like some guys are having issues and they don't know how to fix them. Some of us, we don't have time. So like a guy like Gambakwe, I don't have time to be messing around. All my time is busy. So if I need to do business, I don't have time to think about it. Everything must work, and it must work that time, not after 10 minutes. Right. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and a good day